Big shout out to our business advertising sponsor, Slavicek Studio Architecture. I can never get sick of watching that ad. Josip, I'll tell you what, it gives you a lot of inspiration to start building a house or something, eh?
Well, Rosie's due to go to check out our tiles soon. So she's going to come up with all different ideas now.
Yeah. Oh, look, interest rates rose today by 0.25%. They're saying it's a start of many. And so it's certainly something we're not looking forward to in the coming months. But tell you what, mate, I'll tell you what we are looking forward to in the coming months. And that is as we get closer and closer to the end of September, the start of October. For 3 years, it's been 3 years in the making. And it's the Croatian Soccer Tournament, the Australian Croatian Soccer Tournament this year, to be hosted by King Tomislav in Sydney. And it is an absolute pleasure to bring onto the screen now two people that we're going to have to move that around a little bit. Two people that there we go, that are heavily involved in the organising committee. Tournament director DINKO LEROTIC and BELA BLAZEVIC as well. Folks, welcome to the Oz Cro Soccer Show. It's great to have you on board.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us. We're very, very excited.
Thanks for having us, and hello to Josip and Tonchi as well. Long time no see, Josip. So thanks for having us on the show.
Always a pleasure to speak with you, Dinko. Nice to see you again, and welcome, Bella. So, look, 148 days to go. How's it feeling?
Not a little part of us is not close enough, and a little part of us is like, oh, we need more time. So We're very excited. As you guys mentioned, it's been a long time coming, I think, especially for the young Croatians that have been deprived the last 2 years of having their soccer tournaments. We're so excited. We're so excited to be doing this, to be back at it. We've been part of soccer tournaments for so long and enjoy them so much. We know exactly what we want to bring for everyone that's coming here to Sydney, to King Tom, I should say. And yeah, we're very excited, looking forward to it.
Now, Dinko, you've been given the role or assumed the role of tournament director, mate. First of all, apart from the headaches, and look, if you had some hair there, they'd probably be falling out by now. But so you're lucky in that regard. But how are you going about managing and structuring what is indeed a massive, massive job? And I think it's, the tournament's pre-COVID. We're just starting to get even bigger and bigger and bigger. That in effect, you needed sometimes a full-time staff member to run it. How are you guys doing it? How are you guys sort of managing it? And how are you kind of overseeing it?
I think you're exactly right, Tonchi. I think title or no title of whatever you've given me just then is without a strong team behind you, you're nobody. And I think the greatest thing for us is we've got a really good core group of a tournament committee that's really striving to do everything possible. We've got our King Tom board as well that are very helpful and engaged and involved in this as well. And we're lucky the type of club that we are. We've got a general manager that can help us during the day if he needs to help get us quotes or organise some back of house engagements with the New South Wales Police or the council. So that helps a lot. But a lot of the time, your own personal life gets eaten up in it as well, and we're all ready to give that, and we've already given that, and we're more than happy to do that as well, because we know what we can do for the community, and the community's important to us, and especially after the time away that we've all had. We just can't wait to Thursday the 29th of September to kick this off.
Yeah, fantastic, and congratulations for taking on such important roles within the community. Anytime you want to put on, whether it's a 21st birthday, a Zabava, a club presentation night, everyone wants to go that extra mile to make sure that the people leave with big smiles on their faces. So, hearing the words that the two of you have put together, I get an indication this is going to be a real special one for many reasons. Like you already articulated, that we've all missed each other over the last couple of years, and this now the third year I think you guys have got a great opportunity to put on a great show for us and welcome us into Sydney. You mentioned New South Wales Police and Council. How have you found dealing with that situation post-COVID? Have they given you some sort of buffering guidelines to make sure that you don't go and, for numbers, restrictions or things like that? Or is it now carte blanche, just go for it like you would normally?
So Yusuf, you'd be well aware of 2011. So I can rest assure you that it's a lot better than 2011, and I can assure everybody else that it's a lot better than 2011. We've got a great relationship with our local council, the Fairfield Council, and we're using. And Bella will go into details of one of their facilities that we'll be using during the tournament, and the New South Wales Police as well. They've been great to deal with. We're doing what we need to do, and we shouldn't have any problems when it comes to those issues. But in Sydney, I don't know. I'm guessing it's a little bit like Melbourne. It's do whatever you want. What COVID? COVID hasn't been around for 6 to 12 months here, and there's no restrictions at the moment. We had our Easter disco a couple of weeks ago, and we had about 1,200 people in the club, and there was no restriction.
Awesome.
So
let's hope it stays that way.
All systems go. Yes.
Yeah, let's hope it stays that way. Now, you did mention something about the facilities. Now, in the background, we're going to play a little bit of slideshow there with some of the facilities that are going there. Bella, take us through some of the facilities that's going to play host to the tournament.
So as Dinko mentioned, we've got what you're showing now, the Fairfield Showground, which we have rightly renamed the Fairfield Crow Ground, which is a fantastic 3-kilometre drive just here from King Tomislav. We have 2 full-size FIFA pitches there, one's with normal grass, one's with the synthetic turf. We also have a massive AFL pitch as well, which we'll be using for soccer fields too there. Being part of soccer tournaments for a long time, I think that the venue at Fairfield Crow Ground is something that we've never seen before. The facilities are unbelievable. It will be so many opportunities for entertainment, food and drinks throughout the entire day. Something that something we definitely want to push for is entertainment the entire time. So having the opportunity to use Fairfield Showground as a central base. We will still be open here at King Tom, or as we also mentioned, as the Sydney United Sports Centre. So it'll essentially be our opening, closing ceremonies, finals and all of that sort. But to have all those fields open in such close proximity, again, as I mentioned, something that we don't see at a lot of soccer tournaments, to have that open. We've got the entire club here open, as you're showing now. We have our Little Tamala restaurant, which is a fully servicing restaurant that will be available, plus our normal tournament food that will be supplied at the showgrounds and here at Sydney United Sports Centre. And lastly, as you can probably see in the slides coming up soon, we have very excited to announce the gala night will be hosted over at Novella, which is also, again, only a 3-kilometre drive from King Tom itself.
That's great.
Sorry. Yeah, it's unbelievable that how close we'll be able to do everything this year, considering, again, 2011, if you do remember, it was everything was a little bit spread out last time, but this time
it's always been a challenge,
and I guess that was going to be my question. Like you've had several Sydney tournaments or Sydney-based tournaments in the last maybe decade or so, or maybe even last 20 years, maybe 3 that I can think of. Have you learned from some of those past tournaments? Obviously, the distance.
Have we learned?
When you talk about Sydney, you think everything's an hour away. The old Punch Bowl was an hour from King Tom. Then the CBD was an hour away, and everything like that. But this is incredible. Everything seems to be within a hop, skip, and a jump away from each other.
Yeah, I definitely, like you said, it's been what we're learning off previous ones. So it started off with everything what we don't want. We don't want that we had last time.
Yes.
And we've been so lucky as well. Things have just been almost like God's looking after us. Just things been opening up. The fact that Novella was finished, completed, and is a fully functioning function centre just so close by, and the fact that there was renovations and completely redone the Fairfield Showground. The fact that that's done, ready to go for us. Essentially, like I said, it's like God's looking after us and said, "You need stuff. Here you go. Your soccer tournament's been missed. Get it done."
And 3 years ago, that Fairfield Showground that you'll see coming up in September, October, that was a harness track. So what the council's been able to do, and they've spent about $12 to $14 million on it. And that photo that you've seen today as well that doesn't do it justice. They just created a new grandstand that we'll be using as well. That's got new changing rooms, function centers, canteens, kitchens. So it's just additional, and we just can't wait to use the facilities and be one of the first major community clubs in the area to christen pretty much the showground. So which will be the Crow grounds for 4 days.
I like the idea
Hey,
of that.
hey,
I like
Todge.
the idea of that.
Tunch, my dearly departed mother had this saying that has stuck with me all my life. And hearing Bella and Dinko talk about, they didn't want this, they didn't want that, learning their lessons. And her phrase, which might be common to some people, but it's bez muke, nema nauke.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Yep.
sometimes you just got to grind a little bit of pain to get the gain. So well done, guys.
I guess that would be the sort of the loose translation: no pain, no gain. From that saying, a very wise saying. Yeah. Now, folks, where to now for the clubs? When does registrations open? What are we expecting this year? Men's A division, B division, women's A division, B division. Is there a Masters? What's going on? What can we expect from tournament 2022?
So speaking to the Sarves, the registrations are currently open, and they finish they close at the end of this month, and we'll know exactly how many teams are attending. There will be Division 1, Division 2, your over 35s, your Masters, and your women's comp as well. So there'll be 5 divisions, and from the talk that's going around the communities all around Australia and New Zealand, we're expecting a record number of teams. So we believe that we'll hit the 60 mark, as it will be the record of 58. And we believe there's a good chance of that. And it could exceed as well. And if it does, good luck to Stephen Skroniak doing the draw. But we'll leave that. I'm sure he's got a lot of practice over the years anyway. So, but yeah, we're excited. And yeah, the Sarves and us as King Tom, we catch up regularly to make sure that the tournament's going to run smoothly and everybody's on board.
Yeah. Hey, Steve is watching. I can see on the Facebook stream there. So, Steve, just tweak that spreadsheet just a little further, mate.
I'm sure Steve will not worry too much about that. He enjoys that. In fact, Steve and I have got fond memories of one of the Sydney tournaments. I think it might have been 2011, was it? No, it's probably even before that, actually. But it was, it's just a wonderful opportunity for people from all over Australia just to get back together and renew old acquaintances, renew old friendships, and that's what the order of the day is going to be about. What about the non-football side of things, folks? What can we expect there? Bella, you mentioned about this fantastic new reception center, function center facility. Tell us maybe a little bit more about what's being planned for that particular event or the function.
So we're very excited for the gala night this year. As I mentioned, it is over at Novella, which is just 3 kilometres away. We are hoping to have tickets on sale in about 2 to 3 weeks' time, but we definitely watch our social media for any updates in that regard. So including in our gala night is a 5-hour drinking package, which I know most people, aside from the soccer, most people are coming to party and obviously to have a good drink. We'll have entertainment by Stonasa and have a very exciting surprise guest as well that evening. So definitely watch our social media space.
Wow.
So
is it Joe Maricic?
Joe Maricic, Marky.
We couldn't afford it. Sorry, we tried. It wasn't in our budget.
According to Maxi Sentic, his name is Tomas Maricic, this fellow, but could be a descendant of the legendary Joe. But anyway.
We are excited. We just definitely want entertainment the entire weekend. So we're very lucky here in Sydney to have so many bands, DJs, and we really, really are looking to get as many as we can involved. Obviously have the big headliners, as I mentioned, Stonasa. We also have Tawny Favourites, Perva Liga, who are a Sydney-based band, who will be performing for us on the Friday night and the Sunday night final ceremony. So we have, so many people that we want to get involved entertainment-wise, as well as a lot of Croatian small businesses that we definitely want to have them involved throughout the tournament as well. So we have all of our sponsorship packages as well, which are opened at the moment. So anyone that is looking to become a sponsor,
you're welcome.
More than welcome. Hit us up.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, any small businesses that we have, we are so lucky, again, as I mentioned, not just in Sydney, but even in our own local area, to have so many Croatian businesses. So we are looking to involve as many as we can. And as you guys mentioned, a lot just to bring everyone back together again. And that's, I think, is something that we share throughout the board as well. As stressful and as difficult as it is to host such a big tournament, to have the fact that we are all in the same mindset of we just want to give back to our people and we want to give something that I'm never going to forget. So we're very, very looking forward to those things.
Awesome.
And with that as well, we can't forget the kids.
Yes.
So the kids are a big factor of the tournament, and the tournament's gone away from just being a men's competition and a men's weekend away, where now it's a lot of families, a lot of younger generations.
Yeah.
So we haven't forgotten them. And Friday and Saturday will be a kids carnival where you'll have your dodgem cars, your giant slides, and all that activity. And then we'll have something on Sunday as well at King Tom when it comes to the finals day and all that. But Friday and Saturday, the big rides are bumping into the Crow ground, and we can't wait to have all the kids on them.
Oh, you'll find me there.
Yeah, of course. I'll get you a pass with the dodgem cars.
VIP,
Well,
please. I want the one that's red and lowered, please.
Let's not joke about these things. Josipa, you were telling me off screen that you've pulled the boots on for the first time in many, many years, and that you're looking at training for Sydney, possibly making a cameo with the Wednesday nights.
There's Wednesday nights guys watching tonight. Don't say that.
He's been training with some former Socceroos. I hear.
Yeah,
But anyway,
we did have a bit of a kick around. It was good to be on the park again.
Mate, honestly, this is great news to hear, and I'm sure everyone that's tuning in are really excited about this. But Dinko, I guess on a serious note, though, you've overseen the sheer magnitude of what this tournament is likely to be. Where do you think the future of the Australian Croatian Soccer Tournament lies? I mean, it's hard to gaze into a crystal ball, but is it becoming bigger than Ben-Hur? Is it becoming too big, or is it just going to become something that's going to, I don't know, where do you think, where can you see it heading? Tough question.
A tough question, and we've discussed this out over our board table several times as well. My personal opinion, I believe it's getting bigger and bigger, and from 2011 when we hosted and I was part of that to now, you can just tell it's getting bigger and bigger. But I believe the Croatian community and the communities that we've got around Australia and New Zealand is we're good to adapt. So I don't think we've got no choice but to adapt and to give what people want. But it is getting big, and the task force that you need 150 plus volunteers and all that. So I believe some communities are probably stronger than others when it comes to that, based on where the location is. But it could be potentially get trickier later on, but whatever we can do as a club to help tournaments moving forward when it comes to our statistics, our numbers, anything that we've been able to gather, we're more than happy to share to anyone that asks.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I think it's a good feature that that information sharing that's been introduced probably over the last 12 or 13 tournaments. We've got to make sure that the next host has a baseline or a foundation to work with when they go forward. And he's saying that we don't know who the bids might be for next year, but more importantly, around Sydney, how are you finding the news being perceived and accepted, and you're finding people engaging, volunteers coming forward?
Yeah, we as I mentioned before, we've got a lot of communities, we've got a lot of clubs, associations that are already connected with King Tom. So we have pretty much given them you're going to be a part of it because we love you, you love us, we're all going in this together. But essentially the feedback overall has been fantastic. We have people always coming up to us, asking questions, wanting to know the latest, what's going to happen, where's it going to be. Everyone's so excited. We've got people already interstate asking us where to stay. We've got people already committing themselves to staying at our houses when they come down here. So the hype around it is unbelievable. We're so excited. And as we've mentioned this whole time, just the fact that we've been so deprived of our soccer tournaments, everyone is just ready to go. All steams ahead. Let's do it.
Great. Awesome. Great to hear. Great. It's definitely exciting times ahead. We're certainly looking forward to that, unlike the interest rate rises, but that's another story. we're going to have to probably get you guys on, I reckon, as we get closer to the date and we start to lock in a few more details, more specifically about the entertainment side of things, and maybe even get Steve Shkorniak with all the permutations, combinations, and spreadsheets.
With the V lookups and pivot tables and
maybe we could do even the live draw on this show.
Oh, that would be a good one. That would be a brilliant
we could potentially do a live draw on this very show. I think it'd be great for everybody.
And Dinko, you should have been marketing.
Head of marketing. That's...
I meant to do that between 9 to 5. So.
Right. Folks, we really wish you all the very best. It's exciting news. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about the idea, the prospect of old friends meeting up again, and then their kids becoming friends with the other kids as well. And I think that's what it's all about. That's what makes our Croatian community so strong. And moving into the third and fourth generation, we're still around. While unfortunately other communities have fallen by the wayside. Bela and Dinko, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you all the very, very best in the months ahead, and look forward to some exciting news ahead of that live draw on the Oz Cro Soccer Show.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pozdravi Chacho, Dinko.
I will. Thank you. See ya.
See ya.